First of all, Ron is currently cutting the grass. So if you guys hear a weed whacker, or a lawnmower, I apologize. I figure for the most part you won't hear it, but as he's going like by the house, it's right by this window right here, so you might be hearing that a little bit. So hopefully my mic only picks up my voice and not the surrounding. So anyways, hello, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. You probably forgot about me. I haven't filmed in a very, very long time. I apologize. It's been, well, I take it back. I filmed, I haven't uploaded in a very, very long time. Yeah, I haven't uploaded a video in like 2 months, which is crazy and so upsetting. But as you saw by the title, I'm pregnant, which is so exciting and so new and so exhausting. So exhausting. So if you guys have been pregnant, if you are pregnant, if you have kids, if you have somebody in your life that you're close to that is pregnant, you know the struggle of the first trimester draining you. I mean, going to work every single day was a task, let alone working all day, coming home, cooking dinner, cleaning up after dinner, and then sitting down to film a video. And it might seem like this is just like super easy, and don't get me wrong, I'm not saying it's hard, but it is tiring. Like filming a makeup tutorial, the setup, filming, breakdown, and pictures takes 3 hours plus. And I know some people are out there like filming 4 videos a day, props to them. I think I've done 2 back to back and then like a 3rd one later during the day, and I was exhausted. So I couldn't think about doing 1 after coming home from work. I was so exhausted and I could not wait to put sweatpants on, wipe my face, put it up in a bun, and lay on my couch until I went to bed at like 10 because I was so tired. But yeah, so I am pregnant. This video is announcing my pregnancy and kind of telling my story of how I found out. It's not the most generic story for how I found out I was pregnant. You can type in pregnancy for symptoms, videos, or forms, or anything like that, and the first thing is going to say missed period. Right, that is a clear indicator, whoa, I should be having my period right now. Something's off, or I'm pregnant because you've been trying, and that's why you should test, right? Not my case. Back up a little bit. Ryan and I were dating for 6 years, we got engaged, and a year later we got married in October 2018. So we've only been married for 7 months now, but like I said, we've been together for 7 years, going on 8 years. I feel like we've been married the whole time, we've lived together the whole time. So as soon as we got married, we knew that we wanted a family. After October, we started trying right away. And like I said, all my friends had kids already, and none of them were really trying. So I thought, oh my God, we're just gonna get pregnant, it's gonna be super easy, this is like done deal. And it wasn't like that. And there are so many women out there that struggle with infertility. There are so many people that struggle to get pregnant. And my heart goes out to them. My heart goes out to you if that is you who are experiencing that. I had the smallest glimpse of what that was like. And I mean, when I say how long we were trying, you're gonna laugh. I mean, you can only tell. I'm already pregnant and we've only been trying since October. So obviously it hasn't been that long. But we were trying for 4 months. And every single month I was just breaking down because I was so afraid that we couldn't have kids because Ron's never gotten any pregnant, I've never been pregnant. So the whole time I'm thinking, what if we could not have kids and we just didn't know this whole time? And that's a reality for a lot of people that they, you know, they're dating, they don't get pregnant because they think that they're trying not to get pregnant when in all reality they just could not get pregnant. So I was so petrified of that, and I think that even after we have this child and I get pregnant again or we start trying again, I will not be nearly as stressed out because I know I can get pregnant and I know Ron can get me pregnant. It was just the thought of what if I can't, what if he can't, and we have no idea, and we're just trying and trying and trying, and nothing is happening from it. So fast forward to March, I was a day late, and a lot of people may think that that's nothing, but since I've been 13, my period is to the dot, on the dot, literally almost to like an hour time frame. Like I usually start later in the day, usually around like 5 to 6 o'clock, I'm starting my period. So I knew when I was supposed to start, what time I was supposed to start, and I had no symptoms. I wasn't bloated. My skin wasn't breaking out. I wasn't nauseous. Usually I get really nauseous the day before. Literally nothing besides like tender breasts, and that is something that always happens anyways. So I waited that whole day, didn't come. I waited the next day, I went to work, and the whole time I was like, this is it, I'm pregnant, I know it. So just based on the fact that I was late for my period, and it wasn't even like a full day late. Like, I mean, I woke up that morning and was like, oh, still no period, I'm pregnant. I had no symptoms, and honestly, from reading all of those things, I feel like people put a lot of emphasis on like symptoms when you're first wanting to know if you're pregnant, and you're so early that you really don't have, or at least I didn't have any symptoms other than my breasts were sore. And that was something that already happens. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna feel nauseous, I'm gonna be exhausted, I'm gonna be vomiting, I'm gonna have all of these crazy things. Like, nothing. I felt totally normal. And if I didn't know my period like clockwork, I probably wouldn't even realize I was supposed to be starting. So anyways, I came home from work that day. I told Ren all day, hey, I think I'm pregnant, blah, blah, blah. And he was like, yeah, I've heard this every single month beforehand, because every month I was like, I think this is it. So I got home, I took a pregnancy test. Within a second, it popped up positive, and we were both so happy. I was so shocked, even though I knew in my head, like, okay, I missed my period, this is what's happening. I was shocked. I thought I was gonna vomit, I thought I was gonna pass out. I was so hot, like I just could not believe that at that exact moment I was pregnant. Like, I could not get over that. We made the classic mistake to just like tell all of our friends and family, and not all of our friends and family, but like we have a pretty big, close group of friends and family that we hang out with all the time, and it's not just like one person, like one best friend. We have like a pretty decent sized group of people. So the second we did that, I told my friends, Ron told his friends, and I literally had my coat on still from getting home from work, and I was like, we're going to the store, we're going to get onesies for our parents, and we're going to drive to their house, which is going to the store, we're going to get the stuff, we're going to go show them and surprise them. And he was like, right now? I'm like, yeah. So he's not the person, if you guys don't know Ron, obviously, but he's not the person just be like, yes, let's go shopping, and like, let's go do something, let's go drive. Like, he's not. He's more just like a homebody. I'm very homebody, but I'm also like, I love shopping. So if anyone says shopping, I'm like, let's go. Not Ron though. He's not. If he is going somewhere, it's because something we have to, or there's something going on. But like, he was so excited as well that we were like, yep, let's go. We went to Target, and then we went to Bye Bye Baby. We got boxes made for each side of their family, like mom and dad. There was like 2 onesies that says like new to the crew, our pregnancy test that said pregnant, and then like the 2 lined one. The first response is what I took, and then I think we got like those stickers that go on your window that says baby on board. I wrote grand baby on board, you know. So I got all of that stuff. We went to Ron's parents' house first. We told them, they were super happy. We went to my parents, and they were super happy. I got home, and I was just still in shock. I couldn't get over it. I was so happy, so shocked. Like, it didn't settle in yet. It was just crazy. So I went to bed. I downloaded all those apps. I was super happy. Anyways, I went to bed. I woke up the next morning, and I remember just laying in bed, just like, like, it finally happened. I'm so happy. And within that split second of waking up, in that split second of thinking that, I felt like this is where it gets TMI. And a little bit sad. We're gonna get back to happy, I promise. I felt like a gush, like you started your period. And I knew, obviously, I'm pregnant. That shouldn't be happening. What the hell? So I jumped up out of bed, ran to the bathroom, and there is a significant amount of blood coming out. So of course I'm freaking out. I'm calling everybody. I'm calling my mom, I'm calling Ron, I'm calling his mom, I'm calling my friend who has been pregnant. and was pregnant. She was a month ahead of me. And everyone was kind of just like, okay, like, you know, I'm sure it's nothing. I'm sure a lot of women bleed during their first part of their pregnancy. So I called my doctor, having the slightest cramping. I mean, like, barely anything, but it was there where I could feel it. So I wasn't like freaking out. I started looking things up, and it was like excruciating cramps, huge clots for miscarriage. And I was like, okay, I'm not having any of that. It's like, all right, come into the office, you know, we'll have somebody look at you. I went in, Ron was at work, and honestly, in the back of my head, I was like fighting with myself, because a part of me was like, this isn't normal. You know that. Logically thinking, you're pregnant, you shouldn't be bleeding, you shouldn't be feeling this way. But at the same time, I've never been pregnant before, and some women do have bleeding. So I just wasn't sure of what was happening, but at the same time, I also felt not as scared or nervous as I feel like I should have been. Like, I don't know, a part of me was still very positive. I was still like, who knows? I'm sure this is nothing, whatever. So I went in, I got examined by the doctor, who then was like, we believe that you're having a miscarriage. The only way you can even tell this early on is through blood work. So we do the blood today, and in 2 days we see if your levels have dropped or gone up. And at this point now, I was bleeding quite a bit. So at that point, I did know this was a miscarriage, and there wasn't, this isn't normal. Because at first it was quite a bit, and then I didn't bleed for a solid hour. And then once I started bleeding again, I was at the doctor's office, and it was a lot more than it was that morning, and it didn't really stop at all. So that was on Friday. I had to wait till Monday to go into the doctor's office and do blood work again, which then it was confirmed, yes, your levels have dropped. So I did have a miscarriage. I always read about people having miscarriages or the struggle, and I don't know, it's not something I ever expected, weirdly enough, to happen to me. I'm afraid of everything, I think of everything, I panic about everything, but it happened so fast that I didn't even think about that yet. Like, I just found I was pregnant. Nowhere in my mind was I like, oh God, I hope this is an okay pregnancy. It was the initial shock of finding I was pregnant, the excitement, and then it happened literally within like 12 hours. It was insane. So yeah, honestly, this is gonna sound weird, I guess, to a lot of people, but if it were to happen, if it was going to happen, I'm so happy that it happened so early, and so fast, because there are so many women out there that have late miscarriages or stillborns or horrible things that happen. And I couldn't imagine, even now, having a miscarriage, and I'm only 13 weeks, but I've known for so much longer, obviously. I couldn't imagine that. So fast forward, that was the beginning of March. I'm sorry, I think in the very beginning I said it was the end of March. It was the very beginning. I think it was March 8th or 6th or something like the first week of March. So obviously I'm not trying to get pregnant. My doctor told me that your period can come back between 4 to 8 weeks. Sometimes it takes even longer. Sometimes it comes back right away. I was very early. I was only 3 weeks and 6 days, so basically 4 weeks when I had my miscarriage. Very end of the month, and I know what day because there was only one day we had sex. So we had sex March 25th, and I didn't get my period back because I had recently had a miscarriage like 3 weeks prior. That was the first time we had intercourse since having a miscarriage. After I looked at Ryan, I was like, what if we just got pregnant from that? Wouldn't that be crazy? And he was like, it's not gonna happen. Like, we tried for 4 months before, and we were doing it, like, I wasn't tracking my ovulation, I wasn't doing anything because I was just waiting for my body to go back to its normal cycles. And then after my first cycle, then I was gonna start tracking again, and I was gonna start logging everything and looking to see if I was pregnant again. So, whatever, I brushed it off. At this point, I felt normal again. I didn't feel pregnant, like my boobs weren't hurting anymore. I I wasn't having headaches. Once like after I had a miscarriage, started getting intense headaches. Those all went away and I felt completely normal again. So couple of days after, like literally days after the 25th. So I started just writing everything down, like my boobs are starting to get tender again. And according to my calculations, 4 weeks would have been April 5th, which is my birthday, which when my period would come back 4 weeks after my miscarriage. 6 weeks was April 19th. So I was assuming my period would come back between the 5th and the 19th of April. So a couple of days before my birthday, my boobs started hurting really badly again, and I kind of started feeling like that, like, you know, you're gonna start your period type of thing. And I was like, all right, my period's about to start. That's what's happening. All right, so there was the only difference I would say between like period and pregnancy that I noticed that I caught on this time, because I just went through this, I just had this. Someone explained it in a video and I was like, that's exactly what it was, because your boobs hurt, but it's a different kind of hurt. When I would start my period, my boobs would get bigger, obviously, they felt sore, and they kind of just were like sore all over. When I'm pregnant, it was really like my armpits, like, oh my God, like I would wake up and like putting my arm like over like this, like sleeping, it would be so painful right here. And it started doing that again. And I never had that before. Like usually it would just be like my boobs. This was like my outer boob and really my armpit. So I started feeling that again and I was like, okay, that's kind of weird, but you know what? Maybe this is just what it's like now. Like I just was pregnant. Maybe that's what this is. So a couple days went by, and then this is where it gets a little weird, because again, like I said in the beginning video, what's the number one sign that you're pregnant? What's the number one reason that you take a test? A missed period. And at this point, there was no date I was supposed to start my period. I had no idea. So I was kind of just going like, oh God, I don't know when to test. I don't know what date I am, because I was like tracking everything. I knew all the lingos. I was talking to all the people, like I was like, all right, this is my 9 DPO, this is 10 DPO, like I know like where I'm at, this is my cycle day, whatever, and like now I'm just like, I literally have no idea. I don't have a cycle day, I don't have a DPO because I don't know what date I was ovulating, I don't know when my missed period is, like I don't know anything. So I was really just trying to wait for my period to come back to start all of this again, so I had an idea. So my birthday was April 5th. I went out, I had 2 glasses of white wine. I had lobster, I had shrimp, which actually you can have, which is very exciting because I always thought shrimp was, or fish in general was totally off limits, but it's not. So I was able to have shrimp. I had steak that was like medium, I would say, when you're supposed to have everything all done. So like I basically did a lot. Oh, I had Caesar salad. You're not supposed to have Caesar. Like I had tons of food that you're not supposed to be having because I didn't think I was pregnant. I thought of a very small part of me was like, you might be pregnant, but a part, like the more realistic side of me was like, no, like there's no way you had sex one time and that's just the one time, like no. So I went home, I was so tired, I was so tired. I went to bed, I woke up and I was like, I'm taking a test. Like, I have to know. I'm sorry, this is a couple months ago. So actually, I took a test before that. So the 6th, I took a test, and I believe the 3rd or the 4th, I took a test, like a couple days before my birthday, and it was negative. I mean, like there is nothing there, lights holding it up to, all the tricks that you have, there is nothing there. Threw it away, and that's why on my birthday, I was like, I'm not pregnant, you just took a test like a day ago, 2 days ago, like you're not pregnant. Drink what you want. I didn't get drunk or anything, but like have your glass of wine, have your steak how you want it, have your Caesar salad that you like don't hold yourself back because you have this crazy thought in your head that you got pregnant. So anyway, so the 6th I woke up, I took a pregnancy test, and lo and behold, there was the line, but it was there. And I know just a few days before that, it was negative. So I freaked out. Ron was sleeping, I woke him up. He didn't even believe me. He was just like, oh, okay, went back to bed. And I took another test, it was positive, and I was pregnant. I took it on a Saturday. So we told our family like 2 days after. I did not tell my friends this time. I took everything a lot slower, a lot more cautious because of what happened before. Of course, I was so happy. Of course, Ron was so happy, but there was a part of me that I feel like was like stolen from the first time, because I didn't get that like overwhelming, oh my God, I'm so excited. I didn't get the reaction from our families like we did the first time. So everything was a lot more cautious from everyone, including myself. Like even my family was like, okay, well, you know, I hope, like, I'll pray that this one's okay. And everyone came from like a really good place, but I feel like it almost ruined it. Like not ruined it, I don't want to say ruined it. It put like a damper on it. The first time everyone was so happy and crying and cheering, and it was like such an overwhelming experience. And then this time it was completely different. And it's because everyone was worried. I was worried too. You know, something that we literally a month ago just had a miscarriage, like 3 weeks ago, and I'm pregnant again. And it's scary, you know, like, because now I have these fears that I didn't have before, and I have this huge overwhelming thought and experience that just happened of like, oh my God. So I filmed a video the day after I found out I was pregnant for YouTube to say I was pregnant, because I wanted to capture that moment, or not that moment, but like I wanted to capture how I was feeling and like be able to post it later. I was not going to tell you guys until I was like this far along. But I decided to delete all of that because it was like now I'm so happy and I'm so excited. And even though I'm telling this story that seems very sad and it has such like a gloom on it, I'm past that. I'm so happy. I'm so happy. But in that video, I wasn't past it. In that video, I was so scared and I was so nervous. And literally the whole time, instead of being like, I'm so excited, I'm so happy, I literally was saying, so I hope this works, and I hope that this is okay. And I didn't want to upload my pregnancy announcement, my first ever pregnancy announcement, with such like doubt and downness. Like even though there is downness in this, there's a light at the end of the tunnel, and I'm so happy, and Ron's so happy. Our families are finally there, and we're so happy. Like I'm very excited. So now that we're past like my whole story, I guess I can go into where I'm at, my due date, all that kind of exciting things that you guys probably came to this video for. So our due date is December 17th. If you guys don't know us personally, Ron's birthday is December 26th. And the whole time that we were like trying to have a baby, I literally said, I don't want a December baby because of so many reasons. A, Ron gets gypped every year by everybody. He's the day after Christmas. So it's like, here's your birthday Christmas present, and it's one present. When typically that present probably would have been bought, and then 6 months later when it was his birthday, he would have got a different present. So I've seen that our whole relationship. And because of that, I always feel like I have to go way above and beyond, because I'm like, oh my God, I don't want to do that. He goes crazy for my birthday. He goes crazy for Christmas. So I wanted to keep up with that. So I'm like, all right, I have to really outdo it. I have to get a ton of stuff. I mean, Christmas and presents and my family stuff. So it's so stressful because I'm like, oh my God, I have my whole family to pay for. And Ron and his birthday. So it's always such like there's so much going on type of thing. So I'm like, I don't want to have Christmas, my baby's birthday, and my husband's birthday like all within each other. But here we are, and I'm so happy, and I wouldn't change it, and I wouldn't do anything differently. I'm so happy. So it's just funny that like out of all of the months, I'm like, oh, I don't want December. For sure, no December. But honestly, there's so many things that are like, you can't plan. Like there is no planning when it comes to having a child. You just do. Like you just go with the flow. God has a plan. Let him run his plan out, because whatever you want, you can try all you want, but it's never gonna just like happen the way you want it to. So December 17th is our due date. As of today, as I'm filming this, I'm 13 days exactly. So my turnover dates are on Tuesday. Week, I'm officially out of the first trimester, which is so exciting. I already feel so much better. My last appointment, I was 11 weeks and 4 days or something around there. I was like in the middle of 11 and a half weeks basically. And she wasn't gonna do an ultrasound. And the ultrasound I had from before that, I believe was 7 weeks, it was 8 weeks exactly. and it looked like a seahorse. Like literally identical. I'll post the picture here. It looks like a seahorse. It didn't look like a baby whatsoever. And I knew I wanted to post once I was getting to this appointment, because I was like basically 12 weeks. I'm like, I want to announce it and I want a cute picture that shows like what looks like a baby. I'm like, I don't want to post a seahorse, and the one before that looked like a circle. So she was like, all right, if you guys can wait a little bit, I have another appointment, I'll squeeze you guys in. So thankfully we went in, and it was incredible. The baby was moving. At first the baby was sleeping. I'll tell you a quick story. It's so funny. The baby was sleeping at first. And I'll insert a picture of this one, and it's literally sitting on its butt. It wasn't moving. So again, me being crazy, I freaked out. I'm like, why isn't it moving? All my apps say it should be like moving all around. And she's like, well, it could be sleeping. So she kind of like jiggled the little ultrasound thing, and I like jiggled my whole body, and it like fell forward. And then it like woke up because of that, and it was moving all over the place. We heard the heartbeat again, and it was incredible. Like, it was so cool to see it just moving all around me. Of course I can't feel it yet, but it was so cool to see that. Like, seeing it move made it 100 times more real. I mean, seeing the other ultrasounds were always cool, but it was just a still picture, you know, with like a heartbeat, of course, but nothing was happening. This one is the little arms are moving, and it looks like a baby. So that was awesome. I just did the sneak peek DNA gender test at home, where you like prick your finger, you pour the blood into this little vial, and then you send it out. I was going to record it, but I was so paranoid of like miscontamination and stuff like that, like contaminating the blood and getting Ron's DNA into it. If you don't know what the sneak peek is, you can look it up. It's like an at-home test that you can take your own blood, and it will tell you if you're having a girl or a boy based on your chromosomes. So girls have a double X chromosome, boys have an XY. So if I have a boy inside of me, I will have the Y chromosome. If I have a girl, I'm still going to show XX. But if Ron's DNA somehow got into the blood, if I touched something that Ron had touched and then I put the blood in there, it could put Ron's DNA in there, and it would give false results. When Ron wasn't home, I made sure I did it while he wasn't even here. I took a shower, that way like I knew when I got out of the shower, like he never even touched my skin or my hair or the clothes I was wearing. I put saran wrap down, so I was like, I was gonna film it, but I was so nervous, and I'm like, I just don't want anything like even sort of by me that could possibly contaminate it. So I just did it, I sent it off. We have our gender reveal this Saturday, so I'm so excited. I'm definitely gonna be trying to record it. It's probably gonna be like a very quick video that just says like girl or boy. Yeah, so I guess that kind of wraps up. Oh, I did want to show you guys my stomach. Weirdly enough, I'm like already showing, which I really thought that would come later on, but it didn't. Like, it started coming around like 9 weeks and started getting like the really bloating. And it wasn't a stomach, but I was really bloated, but now this doesn't go away. So I'm like, okay, yeah, no, this is for sure my stomach. So this is my bump. It's definitely there. And like, I still have like that like reaction to suck in whenever I'm in front of something, but like this doesn't even suck in. Like, this is just how it is. And it's starting to get really hard. So that is the baby bump. That pretty much sums up what you guys have missed the last couple of months. And again, I'm so sorry for not filming. I feel so bad. I'm going to try my hardest to actually get out there and film again. I have a lot of ideas for makeup that I wanted to film. I have a lot of reviews. I just started getting BoxyCharm, so I am going to be doing like monthly try-ons for those. I have a lot of pregnancy videos that I'm really excited to film. So yeah, I'm really excited for all the content that I have coming now that my energy is back and I feel like really motivated to do this. So if you guys have made it to the end of this video, thank you. You guys are great. You guys are the real MVPs, because this is a long ass video. I've been here for a minute. So that really, I guess that's it. That's all I have to say, actually. I can't believe that I just filmed this. I'm so excited. I'm so excited. Yeah. That's all I have to say. Thank you guys so much again for watching this. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, because like I said, I have a lot of extra content that I'm so excited about filming. And if you guys like this video, please give it a big thumbs up. And see you guys next time. Bye.
No way! You guys...
You guys have to scratch.
to me.
I did lie to you.
Congratulations.
Sweetheart.